It looks like the U.S. Postal Service could be stamped for change, begging the question, could its days as a government-run agency be numbered?
This after President Donald Trump announcing that he's looking into the idea of privatizing USPS. ABC 6 News reporter Brandon Anthony spent the day talking to folks about this idea. He joins us now from one of our Rochester post offices. And what are folks saying tonight, Brandon?
Yeah, Robin, Maisie, opinions definitely varied here earlier today, and some say it might not be a bad thing. Others say they are concerned it could be a disaster, especially for people in rural areas. But President Trump says he's looking at the bottom line. It is the most used shipping method for e-commerce in the U.S., older than the country itself, the United States Postal Service. It's been around for about 250 years, and now it's in jeopardy of privatization.
The private companies that may take it over would deliver to the Rochesters and the Twin Cities and maybe the Austins and Winonas and Mason cities.
President Trump says the change might be necessary due to the amount of losses the Postal Service has generated over the years. USPS right now is the only mail service providing deliveries to every American address, but by going private, that could change.
If that Amazon package or package of medication or whatever is something that you desperately need, you're just not going to get it until they decide to have a mail carrier come in there and pick up the mail and deliver it on some day.
The president of the Minnesota Postal Workers Union saying that rural communities could be the hardest hit.
Folks out in those areas are the ones that are going to be impacted by slower service, more unreliable service.
One member of the community saying he hopes the union can come together and keep USPS the way it is.
Honestly, I'm hoping that the union can kind of band together and honestly, hopefully they stay federal, just because I do believe it'll impact probably a lot of jobs.
While another says the privatization may be a good thing and it could be time for change.
If a private company works, that's great. But what's been going on so far hasn't. If they've been operating at a loss, and I believe they have for a lot of years.
The president of the Postal Workers Union told me he isn't quite sure himself exactly how it'll work if the Postal Service does indeed go private. However, he does encourage those, especially in rural areas, to reach out to local lawmakers for help. Live in Rochester, Brandon Anthony, ABC 6 News.